Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy imeliyahu, man, back in another video. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below other videos, other things you want to see, man. Today, like you see from the title, say y'all, we reacting to multiverses into the verse path of the samurai. You feel me? So this is just a sneak peek of what they showing tomorrow. You feel me? For the new season coming out on Tuesday, July 23rd. You know what I'm saying? I'm reacting to this live, but I'm behind because they usually take their live streams down. I ain't want to miss this, so I just got on real quick, got up, you know, doing this live stream right here. Y'all gonna see this later on tonight. You feel me? But it's hype. You feel me? He's talking about Samurai Jack, talking about new skins, all that. So we gonna sit here, relax, listen to it. Let's get it started. Let's get hyped up. New season tomorrow, y'all. Let's get it. Oh, that was a tough intro. I ain't gonna lie, tough.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Into the Verse, episode number 2, where we're going to be talking a whole lot about season 2. We're live here from the WB Game Studio in San Diego.
Okay.
Once again, I am Ajax, happy to be back on here, and today I am with...
I'm Ryan Ross. I'm new to the couch. I'm in charge of live streaming and platform partnerships at WB, and very excited to be here, talk about season 2 and Samurai Jack as the new addition to the roster.
Yeah, there's you know, quite a bit that we got to talk about recently
Let's
at
get
Evo,
it.
which I saw a lot of you were very excited about. So we're going to be going over Samurai Jack,
Yep.
some live gameplay.
I've heard a familiar voice. We've got Phil Lamar back as Samurai Jack.
Phil Lamar,
which is
that's
so
why
exciting.
it's clean.
I can't tell you also as well how much I cheese because
The original
it's
voice
gotta be
actor.
Phil Lamar, the legend Phil Lamar, who's been able to bring such an incredible life to this character.
All right, let's get it.
Down of everything Samurai Jack.
This is Nakat, one of your community managers over at Player First
Yes,
Games.
sir,
and
Nakat.
today I am here to talk to you about Samurai Jack, who is
Okay.
the newest addition coming to multiverses. So, something to note, Samurai Jack is a bruiser class character with the ability to rack up a ton of damage very fast and the ability to also have some empowered special moves. Now, to get a little deeper into that, we're actually going to go deeper into his passive abilities, in which he has 3 different versions. The first passive that we're going to be talking about is Mark of the Samurai. When Jack hits enemies with certain attacks, it will apply a mark symbol over the opponent.
Okay.
If your ally hits them, it will apply a stack of weaken debuff to the enemy. Mental Focus is Samurai Jack's second passive ability.
Okay.
What this does is, on hit, you see that bar below starts to fill up. That is Samurai Jack's focus meter. The more meter he has, well, you'll see what happens in a second. Basically, your goal is to try to
look at the
attack
spin. Oh,
enemies
shoot.
as much as possible, or even when you take damage,
shoot.
your focus bar will fill up. When it's all the way filled up,
Focus
Samurai
bar,
Jack
okay.
will be able to do empowered special
Oh my
attacks
goodness.
that not only do more
Yo,
damage
the
and
damage.
knockback, but they also apply a stack of weaken.
Yo.
Something to note is that when Samurai Jack does have that focus meter all the way up, you have to keep in mind
Look at the
that it will
damage.
not stay forever. So even though his attacks will be empowered in the moment, if you hold on to it for far too long, it will pretty much go away by itself.
Do y'all
and
see how
reset
much damage
back to
he's?
zero,
Do y'all see how much damage he's doing each hit?
not
is
allowing
crazy.
you to do set empowered move that you had before. So you want to be able to use meter management to the best of your ability. That way you are able to make the most of a situation where you're using a special, but it has a lot more power and versatility added to it. The final passive ability of Samurai Jack is called Calm Your Mind. As you can see, I have my focus meter filled a bit, but if I decide to hold the crouch button, I convert some of my
gray
focus
health.
meter into gray health. So as you're seeing, Samurai Jack has a lot of versatility
That's
with
clean.
his unique passives, and so you're going to want to play around them as much as possible to your benefit. Getting into some of Samurai Jack's normals, Samurai Jack is a traditional swordy character. What I mean by that is, Samurai Jack has a disjoint that he weaves forward, which has a lot of range and ultimately allows him to remain a bit more safe than other characters. Something to note is that he does a lot of damage very quick, being able to weave his attacks.
That spin
into
is
each other.
clean, bro.
And I believe, personally, that he does a great job
Oh my
at
gosh.
ringing out opponents from the top and from the sides. Accompanied with the fact that he does have that focus meter, lends Samurai Jack
Oh
the
my-
ability to ring out
Yo.
opponents relatively fast, where in a lot of different
Yo.
scenarios it would take a bit more for the samurai to
Everybody about to
actually
be
get ring
spamming
outs.
Jack,
But
bro.
we'll go over his moves little by little so y'all can have a good understanding of what his kit truly has to offer, starting with his normals. On the ground, his forward attack, 1, is a quick extension of his foot. It is very fast and ultimately very safe with a lot of range. This, of course, combos into the rest of his side attack, which also is able to ring out opponents.
Bro, Jack is
damage.
clean, bro.
Also on the ground, you're going to have the down attack, which is a
like
quick
Finn.
stab forward into the ground. And as you can
Just
see,
like Finn.
at the
Oh,
ledge,
look at the
it will
range.
hit under the ledge,
All right here.
allowing
Oh,
you
yeah.
to actually
Ain't nobody getting
spike
back up.
opponents into the bottom blast zone. Something to keep in mind is that there is a sweet spot on the aerial version of the down attack, where if you hit this, you will be able to spike
Sheesh.
opponents. But if
Wait, how
you
you not
hit
getting
this
out,
at the
though?
ledge, you're also able to threaten opponents with this move because it hits below the ledge as well. The upward variant of this attack is a couple of
How's it still
slices
in?
in the air that knock away the opponent.
Yo, how the
Something to
bot
think
still
about
in?
is when your opponent is at lower damage ratios, you are able to again weave into other attacks, or of course weave into the up attack itself through other moves. So this will side attack into up attack, and as you can see, that looked like it was true, but in some cases, depending on
It's not.
character size,
Not true.
and of course character height, you may actually not be able to link that move. So get very comfortable
Wow.
with trying to link that combo together. This move is
Bro,
really
how
good
is
in
the
the
bot
sense of
still
not
in?
only it knocks away the opponent, but you're able to dodge.
How is he
after
still
that
in? Am
to
I tripping?
chase if you want to apply more pressure and go for radiance or more damage.
Oh my gosh, what is
Another
that?
grounded attack that we can talk about is the neutral attack. The longer you charge it, you slice that beetle in half, but you also send your opponent flying as
bro,
well
that's
with the ring
clean.
out. The uncharged version of this move is just a quick stab forward with a lot of range. However, there is some commitment to it before you're able to move, so make sure you don't whiff this move. But this is a great poking tool. As you can see, the uncharged version does not necessarily send the opponent super far away, but you are able to just space your opponent out by trying to hit them with the tip of the sword. That way, if you do miss,
Damn.
it's harder for them to punish you.
I gotta find out
outright.
some combos
Another
with
grounded
Jack, bro.
option
This
I'd
is
like
crazy.
to talk about is Samurai Jack's dash attack.
Oh,
Samurai's
dash.
attack is a quick lunge forward with a kick that sends the opponent flying and has the ability to ring out opponents at high damage ratios.
Jack.
This is a great move for poking and engaging, and after you hit the move, you are able to jump immediately at your opponent to try to apply pressure. If we look at Samurai Jack's aerials, some of them do, oddly enough, look similar to some of his grounded options. More specifically, the downward aerial looks a lot similar to the down ground attack, but in the air, as I told you before, you actually have a spike hitbox. When you hear that sound, that is the indicator that your opponent is going to be flying to the bottom blast zone. You can use this move to approach your opponent even on stage versus just using it exclusively to try to get ring outs off of the stage. Neutral attack is one of Samurai Jack's coolest moves, in my opinion.
Yeah,
where
the
he
spin.
spins toward the opponent, which knocks them up and allows him to follow up
Yeah, that's
with more
clean.
aerial pressure. This also sets him up into some of his grounded attacks, as well as into his upward aerial, which is a very quick slice
people
forward
about to get
with
sauced
some
up
decent
tomorrow,
knockback
yo. Y'all
that
better
allows
tap
you
into
to
the
use
live
ring
stream I'm about to
outs.
have.
You're going to want
I'm
to
telling
use this
y'all,
move
bro,
as
I'm
an
about to go
approach option,
crazy.
but keep in mind that you can be hit during this move
Damn,
because
I'm
the
about to drop a
hitbox
video
is
day
pretty
one.
strict. And if you do miss this move, there is a little bit of recovery before you're able to.
I'm dropping video
actually
day
again.
one, gang. I ain't
As
gonna lie to
mentioned
y'all.
during that attack, upward aerial is literally just a slice upward forward. As you can see, even at this damage ratio, it doesn't have the most power, but it's all about positioning. Because Jack is able to find situations where he can pop up the opponent, you are able to follow up with up air to not only go for ring outs, but to just apply pressure. Because this move is so fast, opponents may feel like they need to burn resources like dodging, and if you keep doing it and they keep dodging, sooner or later they won't have dodges anymore, and you're able to just continuously put them above you with that move over and over. But if I'm being honest, to me, the forward aerial attack is one of Samurai Jack's best moves, not only because of the range, but just because of how safe he is able to retreat with it while also being able to approach with it. If you look at this move, this is pretty much an iconic definition of what a sword-based character would do. They would swing their disjointed attack toward you and try to poke at you as much as they can. If they hit you, they try to follow up with more aggressive options and using their speed to their advantage. Samurai Jack's forward air allows him not only to pop opponents away, but he's also able to branch into other moves after it as well, depending on how high he is from the ground when he moves the move. Therefore, you might be able to actually get some surprising confirms in this situation, but in other cases, usually you're going to either be using this move to just straight up knock people away, keep yourself safe, or of course try to go for ring out. This is a move, keep in mind, that can be charged as well. You're also able to charge the grounded up attack, grounded down attack, and again, Samurai Jack's neutral attack.
Yeah, that beetle is OP. That's gonna be OP.
This is where things get a little bit more intricate. Side special allows you to fling towards the opponent with a quick slice that knocks them away. You're also able to angle this upward from the ground, and you can also angle it downward if you decide to jump with the move. This move is a great approach option, even though it does have startup and some lag at the end. So you can't just throw it out. You have to be really intentional with when you decide to use this move. I personally think when you can use this move the best is when you're applying pressure to an opponent, you knock them off the stage, they're trying to recover, and you decide you're going to snipe them with the move. And as you saw right there, the empowered version of that move had a lot more range.
Oh my goodness.
You can go really far out with this move, and it's a great option to recover with.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Basically, it is pretty much the same move on the ground and in the air. So be sure to practice this move so you gain not only a lot of control, but you also just understand flat out how it works. The next move that I'd like to talk about is Samurai Jack's down special. The grounded down special is a series of slashes that then knocks away the opponent. So as you saw, I was able to do some decent damage, but then if I have the empowered version, not only do I apply weaken, but I am also still sending my opponent away. You can use this move off stage if you want to. However, it will not be the same move. Instead, it will be a down special in the air.
Definitely gonna
this move is really good as an approach option, not only because of its speed, but because of its range and power. If the opponent is trying to come back to the stage after you use that move, you are able to continuously use it to pressure them. But if you have your focus meter full, not only is that move stronger, but as you saw, it sends out a projectile at the opponent. So grounded up special lunges Samurai Jack upward in the air with a quick kick. When hitting this move, you're actually able to branch immediately into a jump or almost into another option due to the amount of low and lag on the move. Now, if I decide to jump with it, it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is on the ground, you can actually charge it a bit. And if you have it empowered, it does a lot more knockback. So think about this, right? Because meter management is super important as Samurai Jack, when you find yourself in situations where you're laddering opponent, make sure that you are watching your meter the entire way while you're doing the combo, because you never know, at the end of a hit, you just might have enough time to weave into an empowered move.
Bro, the cat be getting saucy.
Otherwise, you might not have been able to maybe 2 seconds ago. This move is great for killing off at the top, and again, laddering or converting into Samurai Jack's other moves as well. So you definitely want to keep an eye out on this move, especially when you are trying to apply vertical pressure or go for vertical ring outs on an opponent. Again, it is about the same on the ground as it is in the air, and you definitely want to use this move as much as possible because it is going to definitely help you, just like up air, with the bulk of your vertical ring outs as Samurai Jack. The next move that I would like to discuss is a move that I deem very inspirational. It is Samurai Jack's neutral special. So the grounded version of this move and the aerial version of this move are a lot different. So we're going to get into it right now. We'll actually start with the aerial version. The aerial version is a very fast command grab with a lot of range and a lot of knockback.
Bro, they love grabs.
You want to use this move, especially when you read an opponent's defensive option off stage to try to ring them out. As you can see, I hit Jason off of the stage, I go for a chase, I get the throw, and the throw rings out immediately. In all seriousness, this throw rings out opponents very early. Jack's neutral special in the air also has the ability to pick up items and throw them at the opponent as well. Jack's neutral ground special performs a counter. If you're hit while you activate the counter and there is armor on Samurai Jack, the opponent will be knocked back with a slash projectile forward. If you hit the opponent without countering anything, it will actually just pop them a little bit in front of you. And as you see, the opponent bounced off of the ground, and I'm able to get a little bit of a conversion there. This is what the empowered counter actually looks like. It pushes the opponent a lot further back while also shooting a beam straight at them to follow up with. So, for that added extra oomph to the move, you definitely want to try to land a counter when the focus meter is full, giving you just another option of counterplay against aggressive opponents. With the Shadow Step perk, Samurai Jack will actually punish an enemy by not only slicing at them, but going right through them. The empowered version of the Shadow Step perk is very, very good because although it doesn't sit out a projectile, it actually allows Jack to teleport towards the enemy upon a successful counter.
Disgusting.
Allowing for a 2-piece follow-up combo that can result in not only more damage, but of course, a ring out. The next perk we'll talk about is River's Flurry. The normal version of Samurai Jack's down special is actually able to be charged. With this one, it's a little bit different.
Oh.
The longer you actually hold down special while the move is out, you're able to add more flashes to it. This, however, consumes focus meter, so you're going to want to build up some gradually first before trying to do this.
Oh my goodness.
As you can see, the entire time I held the down special, lost my focus meter. However, I was able to add more slices to the move and also deal weaken. Last perk that I'd like to talk about is Mindful Flow. When Samurai Jack is wrung out, instead of his focus meter being reset, it actually will come back increased. So that is just another tool that you can use if you feel like you are a focused heavy Samurai Jack that relies more on his focus abilities, not only for just damage, but for ring outs. And ultimately, that is going to be the Samurai Jack breakdown. I hope you all enjoyed this.
That's great, man.
Super fun for me to break down such a really cool character. I cannot wait for the community to get their hands on Samurai Jack and be able to play him, and I can't wait to see what you all come up with